Alright guys, let's see, let's kind of go over this poison concoction build. So I essentially copied this tree from Lucati. There are some things I want to test out. So there is a weapon swap, and essentially on weapon set 1 I have my poison concoction, which like adds all these wither nodes, all these crit nodes here. Let me see what else it adds. Yeah, all these crit nodes here as well. So in these crit nodes here. So it really goes into crit with Poison Concoction, which is honestly the only way to scale it. And these crit nodes here as well. And weapon set 2 goes a lot into like scaling the amount of poisons you get and some like physical damage. This I kind of could move, but I used to have these mana here on my weapon set 2. But yeah, that's kind of how it goes. I kind of was able to remove some of these. I got some mana on kill, whatever, and so I added, I don't remember, I think like this or whatever. Not super duper important. Actually, now I think of it, I don't remember what I added on the second skill set. But anyhow, yeah, that's kind of what it is. I'm going into a lot of like mana stuff, or not mana, sorry, energy shield stuff here, and some stats, just to like get super survivable. The last thing I added was this Megalomaniac, along with the Olroths. Not the best Olroths out there, but it was cheap, so I got it. This was definitely not necessary, but it did push the HP of it like really far, or shield I should say. See, it gives like 600 shield right there, or so, and it also helped me like removing whip point here, getting some more crit, whatever, all that good stuff. So anyhow, that's kind of like the tree. Next few steps, I'm going to remove this point on my next level up, and I'm going to get this jewel socket here, and I'm going to add a chaos damage one here. I'm kind of fiddling around with using shattering concoction instead of poison conch, and then adding a original sin, and then kind of scaling, like using all this stuff here that's pretty nice, gives a lot of damage, but that way you don't have to pay life every time you use your stuff, like with Event Horizon and Spaghettification. This honestly gives a lot of stats and a lot of damage. I would go, when I put that on, I go from 154 to like 190, which is crazy. Also adding that, right, like the Lost Diamond Jewel. Ideally, I don't know what else you would want instead of like Dex. Yeah, I don't know, maybe some resist or something like that. Not quite sure. In terms of the gear, so this Widow Hail is overkill. You really don't need that. You can use like a lower percentage one. This is my, I don't have anything special on my rings. I was testing out doing like some Gerald Haining. Works good, very easy to proc, but then boss damage is kind of crappy. Same with this. Really the only important thing here is the critical damage, and the stats, resist, life. This, I found that the flask recovery rate and charge used does affect the poison conch. So, like, if you see, every time I use this, so it has 126, it only goes down 1, so it helps a lot, like reducing the amount of concoctions you can throw. Yeah, some resist, chaos damage. Chaos damage, super important in the rings. That is a ton of damage that is not shown in the tooltip. Then I have these energy shield boots that I've had for a while. I had them from Deadeye. This I also had from Deadeye, so I bought them a while back. They might be expensive now, but back then it was like 1 div each. Yeah, so the bow, 290 unnecessary. I think like 270, 275 was already my break point, but this one was just like 1 div higher, so I got that. This quiver can definitely be improved. If you want a critical damage base or critical chance base, those are the best. Like I tried to, Chaos Orb a couple, so I have some here that kind of got bricked. So something like this, that critical hit chance is insane, especially if you do like Shattering Concoction and turn it into chaos damage. This thing can get you very quickly to like 80% crit. It's insane. This Anoint, I'm not sure if there's something better. I haven't really thought about it since I put it. +3 to skills is really like the most important thing, and then I got some crit. This is a really good amulet. I was lucky I got it for like 1 div, or I think it was actually less. I think it was like 0.75 of a div back then. And then the weapon swap is for gas arrow. This cost me a lot of money. Honestly, it was not worth it. I was using a 1 div bow before, with like the top end of it being like 375, if I recall correctly, maybe 380. Super not worth it to do this change. I only did it because I'm playing in party a lot, so it does help with party play, but not recommended. Gas Arrow, not great for party play. I'm going to fiddle around with Herald of Poison and kind of see if that helps. But yeah, this is mostly for solo play, and honestly, again, unnecessary. This fire damage, useless. Everything else, very good. The critical chance, not necessary. I was testing out some things, and it turns out that if you actually crit when you, like with the projectile, the poison is like a higher poison. But honestly, not worth it. You can I overpaid for this, so you definitely don't want like the fire damage. You don't need the critical. The important thing is the mana, projectiles, damage with bows. And maybe you can find something else useful. Physical, of course. And if you get like a good attack speed base, then that would be ideal. So yeah, definitely overpaid for this. Paid 1 div, but anyhow, I was trying to test and fix some shit. So anyhow, that's kind of like the gear of the build. Oh, these things. So if you see when I weapon swap, my gas arrow is 25k. It's huge, insane. Concentrated effect is what I use when I party play. When I don't party play, I use this, and so it goes down to 18. Honestly, if you're over 11, you can do all the mapping you please to do in a solo setting. You really don't need more than that. I've done tier 18s with this. It's breeze. You can just shoot the arrow in one direction, move to the next. With magnified effect, this shit is huge. So it really like covers so much. You can just shoot once, move along. Blues sometimes survive for a little bit. Yellows, you then... so one of the tricks is this poison concoction. You really can't put it on a gear set, right? So my trick is I have my winter only on set 1, and despair only on set 1. I can't even cast it outside of set 2. I'm missing int. But anyhow, so that's kind of how I swap. So I'm going around. I'll be like that, move on to the next thing, and then bomb, and kind of poison all around, and then whatever survives that poison, you can also use persistence if you have a little bit more damage. Maybe I can do that now, but again, I kind of had a setup trying to test some stuff in party. So whenever an elite is around, they will survive the poison or the gas arrow, then I just do that, and it already swapped my weapon. If you notice, I have the Widow Hail out, and boom, usually that is enough to kill anything. Bosses take like four shots. So that's pretty much how it goes. So my poison conch, it has execute. I'm not sure if this is the best, but it feels like it shotguns people. Chaos mastery, great. Chaos infusion, fantastic. Lightning infusion. So this 100% of the time puts up the shock, and so that's 20% more damage. Maybe there's something better here. I don't know for sure, but yeah, it works out, and that's what I've been playing with. Scatter shot, pretty much mandatory. I'm going to test out taking out execute and doing a magnified effect there, because my idea is to not use gas arrow, because in party play it's just not good, no matter how much you scale it. And so I'm thinking about using that, and then testing out having, instead of this crap, which is honestly, it's crap. I tried to make it work, but it's just not good. Using Herald of Plague, or Herald of Poison, whatever it's called, and see if that works. I feel like the range is small, but I don't know, it has the potential to work. I'm going to have to test it out and circle back to you guys. But that is an idea. Again, if you're like solo playing, gas arrow is just going to murder everything. Really, it's stupid. Wait, I didn't grab a map. So to grab a map, let's grab something, I don't know, somewhat not super nasty, just because I haven't played solo with this build for quite a while, and I'm probably going to be clumsy. And let's grab something, let's grab this node. I think this node's good. I'm not sure, I don't know what that map is. Yeah, it doesn't have anything super crazy. just because I haven't played with this in a while. I've been playing my Deadeye to zoom through maps, and then I just party play. So let's see how it goes. I'm gonna try to find the boss as quickly as I can, just so I can display that. So usually I'll just do this, that. See, this stuff already died. This stuff already died. So you can literally just like shoot, move on. And most of the time I'm just being body blocked, and that's kind of my life. And so that's kind of why I wanted to have so much energy shield. I used to have a, oh, I didn't show you the other, let me do that real quick before I forget. This is nice when things start like to catch on fire. It's pretty cool. So here's an elite. Look, I'll just do this, and then boom, it's done. Bye. That's it. Right? They typically don't last more than that. Hold on, I want to show you something. So the reason I upgraded the bow, again, unnecessary, and these cost me like 1 div each. They don't have pretty much anything super useful but the quiver, the 15% quiver. So that's why I got them for 1 div, because everything else was crap. But you can get crit here as well, and that gets really, really expensive. Like the cheapest ones I've seen are with the 15% quiver, and crit, the cheapest one I've seen is like 8 divs, so I haven't done those upgrades, and the average price seems to be more like 20, so I don't know, I really haven't scaled this much more. But my idea currently is something I'm going to test today, and if that does work, then I would be inclined to do the expense to increase those jewels would be Shattering Concoction with OS. And so if that works out, what I am planning to do is get some more crit chance, because I think you can hit 100% crit chance with that, and like more crit nodes and stuff. And so I'll grab Spaghettification to add like a shit ton of damage, and since we're using like a cold spell, we won't have to pay life with Event Horizon, which I didn't really like. I guess I'll grab this just in case. Let's see if we can find the boss real quick. I'm trying to just rush through, show you what the boss damage looks like. Oh, I love it when there's fire. I guess there's an argument of, oh, this was an elite. Look, see how low it was even without swapping to Concoction? So that's wild. The other thing with Original Sin, if you wanted to still use, or if I were forced to keep on using a bow, for like my, or a bow skill, I mean, for weapon swap, is another thing that could be done, which is cheaper than, way cheaper than doing this, is you can get a full elemental bow that is like 400 DPS for like half a div, maybe less. And so that would convert all that damage to chaos, and it would also like give you some really juicy gas arrows, and you could even use the, if you got a corrupted one with like 90%, those are not cheap, those are probably like 5 divs. But if you get that, then you could potentially light things on fire. And oh wait, these are those. Oh, whatever. Yeah, I haven't used my Minute Flask, by the way. So no bosses here on this side either. Let's see. What it could be. Anyhow, let me try to find this bad boy. It's 13 minutes in. I really wanted to make this shorter. I'll probably add a time on the thing for you to skip to the boss if I don't find it like right now really quick. So yeah, as you can see, my ES, oh, here it is. Here it is. As you can see, my ES is just ridiculous. Like, so I do this, curse the guy, and then just friggin' shotgun him. I'm not even trying to dodge anything. Oh, is that like 7 concoctions? This is like a max juiced up, like ultra. I never remember how to put up the tree, but I'll show you the tree in just a second. Let me get out of here real quick so I can show you the tree. I honestly never remember how to see it. It's Control U, that's what it is. So I got, max juiced up bosses, max as high as can be. Don't pay attention to this. I'm testing out some shit, but yeah, that's the build. That's how it rocks. It's pretty cheap. at least for, you know, this late in the season. I don't think this is expensive. Jewels were the most expensive, but again, unnecessary. My damage would just be like 10,000 less if I removed all the jewels, I think. Let me see. Let's try it out. Let's try it live. Let's see. Let's remove these jewels. And with 270, I would still hit a breakpoint. So I guess I'm kind of cheating a little bit. So I would still hit a breakpoint with that, with my quiver or bow plus this. So let's see. Here we go. Yeah, 127. So 20k comes from that increase. Yeah, so I guess it is pretty significant. But anyhow, that's kind of the build. It wasn't super expensive to put together. It was cheaper than my Deadeye. And my Deadeye was way less effective back then. So anyhow, let's see. Let's calculate. So this is 1, 2, 3 div. Let's just double that by 2. So 6 plus 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't know what this was worth. Nothing really, and this was worth nothing too. So I don't know. Let's just say 11, 12, 13, 14. So like, let's just, you know, 14 to 16 div. You can get like something really good going. Again, this is overkill, and the spirit is also overkill. If I just turn this off, you get that 30 spirit back. And my armor doesn't have any high spirit, as you saw, so it has like, oh, it does, like 49. Okay, I guess it does have a lot. But there's a lot of things here that you don't really need, like herbalism, not needed. Precision is good, actually. So I guess you could take off herbalism, that's 15, so that would put this at a, you know, 30, would still work. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I am going to test with the Herald of Poison, or whatever it's called, and circle back. Let you guys know, but for now this is what I'm rocking, and it works out real good. I could also turn off Alchemist Boon if you're not in like doing a boss. You can turn off Alchemist Boon. This again, use it for party play, just to like heal my allies with like this immediate healing of like 1,000 and change. So, you know, plus herbalism, so that's kind of why I'm using that. But you can, I've turned this off by mistake, and I've ran without that for like 10 maps, and it's no problem, not necessary at all. You kill shit too fast. Yeah, there's some changes I think can be done and improved upon. Again, I haven't given this part a lot of thought, but I do think like you could scale it probably to like 400, 500,000 if you had 100% crit. Because the crit multiplier on the shit isn't stupid, and then my crit is just like 26%. So if I were to get like 100% crit, this would immediately jump up to like 500, pretty sure, 400, something like that. Pretty sure. And so I think that can be achieved with like Shattering Concoction. Actually, you know what? Let's do this test. It's not going to be a perfect test, but let's do, for the sake of the video, let's do this. Let's change the concoction to be Shattering. Apply, and then I guess I get Shattering Concoction. Apply. That's what happens. Without supports, it's already 180. Crit 50%. Wow, that's wild. That's wild. Wow. Okay, I think this can be scaled like a lot more. Alright guys, well, that's it. I'm gonna cut it here.